Hi, welcome back to Moose and Chemistry. This is Charles' gas law problem lesson number 7. Okay, first of all, what is Charles' law? Well, normally Charles' law is written as V1 over T1 equals V2 over T2. But you know, fractions can be kind of complicated, so there's another way actually to write this law that makes better sense because most people read from left to right or right to left. So we better set up like this: V1 T2 equals V2 T1. So what we're doing is we're moving this up to this, and we're moving this up to that to get this. Pretty simple. Also, we don't want to use Celsius in Charles' law. We want to convert it into a temperature called Kelvin. And we do that by using this formula K equals C plus 273.15. So let's look at the problem. While patrolling high above the forest canopy, Jacques Charles finally spots the tree in the forest by using V1 T2 equals V2 T1. He notices his original volume of the gas of balloon to be 1,000 liters at 35 degrees Celsius. He increases the temperature of the gas to 400 degrees Celsius. What would the new volume of the balloon be? Alright, so let's go ahead and write down our formula. V1 T2 equals V2 T1. So what we're going to do is we're going to write down V1 T1 V2 T2. So we're going to go ahead and put our values in. And by doing this, we can keep everything straight. So our first volume is going to be 1,000 liters. So we're write 1,000 liters, okay? And our first temperature is 35 Celsius, but we don't want to use Celsius. We want to use that Kelvin that we talked about earlier. So we got to convert Celsius into Kelvin. So we're going to do that by going K equals 35, that's where our Celsius goes, plus 273.15. When we do that, we get this to equal, K equals, of course, 308.15 K. So we're going to put that there, 308.15 K. So let's look at our next temperature. Oh, our next temperature is also in Celsius, so we need to convert it to Kelvin. So we can say K equals 400 plus 273.15. So K equals 673.15 K. So we're going to put that down there for T2. So far, so good, right? It's pretty simple, right? That's not a big deal. So now we're looking for our second volume, because that's going to be our new volume. When we do that, we want to change the formula V1 T2, V2 T1 by moving the T1 underneath. And when we do that, we're going to write V2 equals V1 T2 over T1. All we have to do now is put our numbers in and solve, right? So our first volume was 1,000 liters, so we're going to write that in there just like this, times our second temperature, which was 673.15 K. Notice I didn't use the degree mark because we don't use degree marks with Kelvin. Okay, so now our first temperature, of course, was 308.15 K. Right, so now we're going to cancel out our K's just like that. So V2 equals, okay, we're going to get that number here with a bunch of the calculator. All right, it's going to be 673,150 liters divided by 308.15. So V2 2 is going to equal, our new value is going to be 2,184.49 liters. And that's it. If you like this video, give us a like and consider subscribing so we can grow this channel. You guys be snarly. I will see you back here at Moosey Chemistry.